For more than 3 decades, America believed it understood Jay Leno. Night after night, he appeared on television as the calm, clean-cut host of The Tonight Show, delivering steady monologues and welcoming celebrities with easy humor. To millions, he was predictable in the best way, disciplined, professional, and unshakably consistent. But behind the studio lights existed another world few truly saw. Beyond the applause and camera cues, Leno lived among engines, steel, and roaring horsepower. His life was not divided between fame and leisure, but between comedy and craftsmanship, two passions that defined him equally and shaped a legacy far deeper than television alone. Roots in hard work and humility. Jay Leno was born in 1950 in New Rochelle, New York, and raised in a household built on discipline and modesty. His father, Angelo, an insurance salesman, believed in steady effort. His mother, Catherine, encouraged thoughtfulness and humility. Growing up in Andover, Massachusetts, Jay developed curiosity early. While other kids played games, he dismantled machines just to understand them. The family lived simply, guided by a quiet code: work hard, stay grounded, and never complain. That mindset shaped Jay's character. He was not raised to chase fame, he was raised to build things, whether engines, opportunities, or eventually a career that demanded endurance. Grease by day, laughter by night. During his years at Emerson College in Boston, where he studied speech therapy, Leno's double life quietly began. By day, he worked at a garage, learning the intricacies of engines and mechanical systems. By night, he tested jokes in small comedy clubs and bars. He even founded Emerson's first comedy club, turning dorm rooms into rehearsal spaces. The 1970s Boston comedy scene buzzed with energy, and Leno absorbed every lesson it offered. Covered in grease during the afternoon and applause by evening, he discovered that fixing cars and crafting jokes required similar patience. Both demanded precision, rhythm, and relentless repetition. The leap to Los Angeles. In 1973, Leno packed his belongings and moved to Los Angeles, chasing opportunity with little more than discipline and ambition. He worked at a Burbank garage to pay bills while performing nightly at the Comedy Store. Those early years were grueling. Money was scarce, sleep was limited, and recognition came slowly. Yet he never abandoned either passion. He saved carefully, avoided extravagance, and sharpened his comedic voice. In 1977, his persistence paid off when he appeared on The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson. That single performance shifted everything. Carson admired his timing and invited him back, opening the door to national recognition. Climbing through television's ranks. Through the late 1970s and 1980s, Leno steadily built credibility. He wrote for television shows, appeared in small film roles, and continued performing stand-up. NBC executives noticed his reliability. He arrived early, prepared thoroughly, and avoided the chaos that consumed many entertainers of that era. By 1986, he became Johnny Carson's regular substitute host. The role positioned him as a natural successor, though nothing was guaranteed. Behind the scenes, he continued retreating to his garage sanctuary, restoring vehicles with the same focus he applied to writing jokes. His life remained balanced, television sharpening his public image, engines grounding his private identity. Taking over The Tonight Show. On May 25th, 1992, Leno officially replaced Carson as host of The Tonight Show. The transition was historic and controversial. Critics questioned whether he possessed the charisma to sustain such an iconic franchise. Early months were difficult. Ratings wavered, and comparisons to Carson dominated headlines. But Leno responded not with arguments, but with work. He committed to exhausting schedules, production meetings in the morning, rehearsals in the afternoon, tapings at night, and stand-up performances afterward. Gradually, viewers warmed to his approachable humor. By the mid-1990s, he secured the top rating spot, surpassing competitors and restoring stability to late-night television. Conflict and comeback. In 2009, NBC announced Conan O'Brien as Leno's successor, initiating a complex transition that later unraveled publicly. Leno stepped down that May, only to launch a primetime show months later. Rating struggles triggered tension, and by March 2010, he returned to The Tonight Show. The episode marked one of the most debated chapters in late-night history. Despite controversy, his ratings rebounded quickly. He continued hosting until February 6th, 2014, when he passed the role to Jimmy Fallon. For many, it felt like the definitive end of an era. For Leno, however, it simply meant more time in the garage. The birth of Jay Leno's garage television never truly left him. Shortly after retiring from late night, Leno launched Jay Leno's Garage, a program dedicated to automotive culture. What began as a special evolved into a long-running series showcasing rare vehicles, celebrity guests, and detailed mechanical insights. Unlike flashy car shows, Leno's approach remained educational and sincere. He explained engineering with enthusiasm, celebrating craftsmanship over spectacle. His Burbank facility, often called Big Dog Garage, housed more than 180 cars and 160 motorcycles. From steam-powered classics to modern hypercars, each vehicle carried history. Leno personally drove and maintained them, insisting machines were meant to move. Wealth without excess. Though his net worth grew into the hundreds of millions, Leno maintained remarkably practical financial habits. Throughout his television career, he reportedly lived solely on income from stand-up performances, saving his network salary entirely. He avoided alcohol, cigarettes, and indulgent luxuries. Instead, he invested in machinery and preservation. Some vehicles in his collection, including a McLaren F1 and rare turbine-powered models, hold extraordinary value. Yet Leno consistently emphasized emotional connection over price tags. He once remarked that he only keeps cars that make him happy. To him, wealth represented freedom to pursue curiosity, so not status to display. Resilience and service. In recent years, Leno faced personal challenges, including serious burns from a garage accident. Rather than retreat from public life, he expressed gratitude toward medical teams and returned quickly to work. When wildfires struck California, he volunteered using a vintage fire truck to deliver supplies. He rarely seeks awards or ceremonial praise, preferring practical contribution. At fundraising events, his speeches remain brief and sincere. Those who encounter him often note the same trait: steadiness. Whether on stage or in a workshop, he projects calm focus. Adversity never appears to redefine him. It simply reinforces his rhythm. A marriage and a private core. Though public for decades, Leno guards his personal life carefully. When speaking of his wife Mavis, his tone softens. Their long marriage reflects loyalty beyond celebrity culture. He credits her strength and independence as foundational to his own stability. While he rarely indulges in sentimental storytelling, small pauses during interviews reveal deep devotion. In many ways, his garage and his marriage share similarities. Both are sanctuaries away from spectacle. They anchor him when public storms rise. Amid ratings, battles, and industry politics, that quiet foundation helped him remain consistent, focused, and grounded in values formed long before fame arrived. The blueprint of two worlds. After more than 50 years in entertainment and automotive culture, Leno's life reveals a rare blueprint. One world belonged to studio lights, scripted monologues, and national audiences. The other thrived in mechanical silence, broken only by engines roaring to life. Most people chase balance. Leno built integration. Comedy sharpened his mind. Machinery steadied his spirit. Neither passion eclipsed the other. Instead, they strengthened each other across decades of discipline. Even in his 70s, he continues performing stand-up on weekends while restoring cars during the week. Proof that curiosity, when fueled properly, does not age. Conclusion: the legacy beyond television. Jay Leno's story is not merely about ratings or celebrity milestones. It is about work ethic sustained across a lifetime. It is about resisting the distractions of fame and staying loyal to personal passions. From a Massachusetts garage to the center of American late-night television, he built success brick by brick, joke by joke, bolt by bolt. The smile audiences recognized for decades concealed not secrecy, but substance. Behind it stood a craftsman who valued effort over applause. In blending stage lights with engine smoke, Leno created a life uniquely his own, steady, layered, and unmistakably authentic.